So last week, Lil Baby went online and he posted a photo of him with the watch that he had. And he was flexing on the gram saying that he had an exclusive 40th anniversary watch by Patel.
Philippe.
Yeah.
But it's fake.
Hell of a watch.
And it turns out that it was fake. A lot of people zoomed in on his watch because a few people who were really into watches wanted to see what it looked like. And they noticed that there were some discrepancies in like the sizing of the chain links and different things like that. And so Lil Baby didn't know that it was fake. He then said that he bought it from a reseller that he works with very closely that sells him a lot of his jewelry. And that reseller apologized saying that, I should have personally inspected this before.
Career suicide for these people.
That's the watch?
That was the watch, yeah.
Now, I have a question.
And he paid $400,000 for it.
$400,000?
Because he couldn't get on the exclusive list of the actual brand.
Got it. So
that's why he went through a reseller.
Now, $400,000 for a watch.
Oh my gosh.
And
Little Baby's big, especially with the young audience. He's huge.
So
he's huge.
Now you and I know a little bit about this. Got to make
800,000.
Okay, now so you got to make 800 grand. I don't give a fuck who you are.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
We know some
people with money, and
they don't.
You're going to spend that much money. It was like I saw this boxer who was famous, kind of famous, but he had a blue Phantom Rolls Royce. Oof. How much are those?
Fuck. 500.
Yeah, so he had to make $1 million. The first thing he did with $1 million went and bought a Rolls Royce. This kind of stuff is, to me, is so hard to understand.
Yeah.
When you're walking around and you've got $1 million of jewelry on your body that if you tried to resell, you would get 100 grand for.
Not the Patek. If it's real, watches actually.
The watch. What about the chains though? Right?
Chains are a bad idea because it's all custom.
Yes.
Oh, so
like
you can't
like those
chains are
rings and stuff. They'll sell it to you too. They'll let you go broke.
The rings and the custom jewelry are a nightmare.
Oh yeah, I hear if you do those, do your watch up or something like that.
But it ruins the value.
Ruins the value. Yeah.
But if it's if he just leaves the Patek Philippe alone and the other stuff,
and you can sell it?
Oh yeah, especially Rolex. There's a huge industry in that. Yeah.
So it is a good.
So watches really hold their.
To your point, Brian, he's not doing that.
No,
he bought a fake one.
Well, there you go. That stuff to me is nuts.
And he paid $400,000.
Like I get that you love jewelry, but bro, you got so much money on your hands, and it's a depreciating asset.
Yeah,
let's just put it that way. Might be a better idea to spend your money on some other stuff. How much money do you have in the bank?
Get him, Brian.
Yeah, he's huge. But it's tough, man.
It says $5 million
in the bank.
There you go. Now, that's not a lot of money, man. It's not. When you're spending 400 grand on a watch, that's going to last you 3 months. What do you drive?
But if you have $5 million in the bank and you spent basically damn near 800 grand on a watch, that's,
I had a long conversation with a guy I really like. He was about
20% of your earnings on a watch.
Clan. Let's just put it that way.
He was in a Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, and he was telling me about how much money he was spending. And then he told me, I said, how many kids do you have? And he goes, I live the lifestyle. Now, I like this dude, talented, smart guy. But
meaning he has a lot of kids? Because you went like this.
Yeah, he went like that. He goes, I got so many.
All over?
He goes like that. I go,
that's going to take all your money.
That's going to take all your money.
No more way to go bankrupt.
And then he was talking about having to cut back on, what he was. But the people set themselves up to a point where just to maintain what you have is fucking insane.
Beast.
Is $1 million a year. More.
But also, Chin, if you look at Little Baby's background, like let's look if you went to his Little Baby was born in Atlanta in 1994, raised by a single mother. He didn't take to school, dropped out in 9th grade. So 9th grade education. After he was released from jail in 2017 for dealing drugs, being a full-time rapper, the rest is history. Now he has an impressive $5 million in the bank. So you got to realize from his perspective where he comes from, they're not.
He's probably like, I'm killing.
Everybody has to, and I could have used this.
The people around him.
I'm terrible with money, so I can talk. Like financial fitness is really important. Now I have a brother-in-law and a dad, and a grandfather who are like, hey, fuckface, you are an idiot with money, and I am. I don't pay attention. I don't think about it, but I always feel kind of like a bit of an affinity because if I didn't have that guidance, I'd be right there probably.
Correct. Yeah, most people.
So unless you've been taught like how money works, you don't know. You just like, fuck this, man. I'll make more.
But
You're
also,
young.
if someone,
and then you feel guilty
but
anyway.
if someone who doesn't come from his background is like, hey, dude, you might have another 3 years doing this, and then who knows, man? You got to come up with hit after hit. It's exhausting. Let's say you have an off year. What are you going to do? You ever think about that?